gonna lie, I just hate how like I be clicking messing around and I be having hella like YouTube
gyrates
and I
with
be
this. And
clicking the I'll click the wrong one and
now,
then it's, you see how it's just
if you
it
choose
plays on
not
its
to
own.
use Sunday's data, which
Like it's just,
I
hit
think
pause
is a little
a few
myopic
times.
when we're at least talking about the relationships of.
Please just be quiet. Thank you. Alright, now let's see. What was I looking at? It was called. See, that's good. It kind of looks similar a little bit. But not really. Yeah, man, we about to do it, man. Just getting bigger and better this year. Actually doing this because this is why they're still allowing it just easily stream. I'm gonna just stream, it's streams, man. I just, and I feel like somebody, maybe one day I can be a help to somebody. So, we just gonna jump right into this one. This is the Spider's Web, Britain's Second Empire, and that's where I gotta open a video where I'm going in and discussing things and just playing around with OpenAI. And one of the things I discussed is City of London, and that's where I got that idea from, is just from watching this. So this is, I may drop this, I may not, I probably will, just because why not. But this is really just like a test video and just to see a little filler video of what's to come, because I want to start doing more, like doing more, and just I feel like maybe people could benefit from this discourse, and I know I definitely get benefit from just getting it out. Like I said, it's just a stream of consciousness. So I'm gonna make it way sexier and saucier and all of that as time progresses. But that's for right now. This what we got. Get it right, so it's all in the way.
Services into complex structures spanning multiple jurisdictions enables the creation of secrecy structures that are almost impossible to penetrate.
An offshore structure will often have a trust kind of sitting at the top of it. The trust will be here managing the assets, kind of controlling the assets. Underneath it, the trust will own some shell companies. Each one might be in a different jurisdiction. So you might have a trust in one jurisdiction whose trustees are somewhere else, whose beneficiaries are somewhere else, which owns offshore companies somewhere else. Each of these companies might then own assets. So that they might own, a bank account, a racehorse, a yacht, a painting, a portfolio of shares or whatever.
There are numerous variations of trusts and offshore secrecy structures. There are offshore lawyers whose work entails the creation of ever more complex and obscure structures. The aim of these structures is to hide the identity of the owners of offshore assets and allow offshore wealth to be recycled back into global markets.
Looking on the amount of money being administrated from tax havens, you see that it is a curve going like this. And all the talking we have been doing along with other wonderful people fighting against tax havens has not changed anything, It is the word where you say, go on talking, and go on talking, you're interesting me, and I'm going on doing what I want to do. We know everything today because we have had the Panama Papers, we have seen it, and we are not able to act upon it. And we are not able to act upon it because this system is really protecting the few people that are having benefit from it. And these are in percentage very few people, but they are powerful. And I see in the Panama committee that I'm sitting in, the only thing that could change this is to have a public accessible register of the beneficial ownership of trusts and of all kind of companies. It is easy.
The Panama Papers.
But what's interesting to me is the concept of a trust. Well, first off, beyond all of that, of course, the concept of a trust, and like they saying, Ben, and basically they said it's up to $50 trillion that could be just out here not getting taxed in no type of way. So you know what that sound like. That ain't you and me. That ain't the everyday average citizen. So it just kind of is weird to me that when we're hearing about this and learning about this and finally in a position to be able to capitalize on it, is now when they want to stop doing it. Now they want to close the loophole. Now they want to switch it up. I just think that's hella weird, bro. I think that shit trash. Like, I just think we all need to be playing by the same set of rules. I feel like it's nothing less. I'm more pro-libertarian to the point of like, yeah, like, you know, I'm just saying, like, that should be going. We all should get the same level of freedom and ability and just that ease. Like, you know what I'm saying? They extra hard on us. They talking about they financing terrorists and all type of other shit, but they not even going to jail. They extra hard on us for some little dumb shit, but they doing real shit that's fucking up the world and like really shit that's leading to real like world consequences. And it's just like that. It doesn't seem to be that same level of accountability. So I think this shit is like, we gotta be, for one, easier on ourselves and harder on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Start building more of a unity thing. It's not a you versus all thing. Like, you know, at the end of the day, most of the way we live, most people, what you do, what I do, don't affect it. Don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's into that level, which if you get deeper, it does. But like, it's not like that. Like, most people just living their lives doing their thing. I mean, in the sense that they not trying to cross the line, overstep the line, and be intentionally malicious. Like, most people are not. So it's like, I don't know why it's such a tribal thing, like with that, like, oh, it's them, it's really these folks, these people, name you never heard of, don't know 50 trillion, like, what, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that's kind of crazy, but I think it's also important for us to learn and know more about this type of stuff. So we all know, if you don't know what a trust is, like, basically, it's really simple, like, how they have, like, it's basically like, consider it as an entity, like they already said, and I'll probably put some of that stuff up, where it's an entity and you basically make an agreement with a trustee, and then the trustee then holds all the value that you earn, like that you have, like whatever you can, you know, money, like they were saying, like valuables, items, like, you know, companies, like all of this stuff, like, and basically, yeah, it's a way to, nobody knows you own that trust but the trustee, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody knows. Like, it is not like no taxable thing. There's no real paperwork that's tied to it. So it's like, that's what they've been using for like a long time. Like, it's 2023 now. Like, so just even think about that. Just this since 2000 to 2023, like, that's a long time. So I don't know. I just feel like that's important because, and even for in a sense of a collective, like, even like, you know, that gets into the community bank theories and all of these different, like, just a collective, and just being able to use your capital and be smart about it and compound it and grow it and have full access to it. Like, I think that's the most important thing, like, because at the end of the day, like, you hear them on the other end, they just want more money, more tax money, and they not doing the best with the tax money that they got. Like, it's like, hold up, bro. Let's start getting a better allocation and accounting of these funds before y'all start trying to, like, close all the loopholes up and, you know what I'm saying? But the difference is, I feel like you can pay some money, like, you can pay like a little bit of money, but it's just like, if you got billions and trillions, you can give $1 trillion away. Like, you can give $1 trillion, like, you can give 500 billion away real quick and just, like, for the good, like, and do it like that. So I just feel like that's the thing too. As we, you know, as wealth becomes more of a standard within, you know, the communities and the circles that I'm around, and I'm hoping to touch the people that I'm hoping to view this, you know, that keep that in mind also. Like, we're gonna do it different. We're not gonna be extra hoardy and stingy with this shit, like, because we have a different mindset towards it. But, and also, we ain't gonna be funding terrorists and shit. Like, come on, bro. Let's really cut it out, bro. Like, if we really, that's why I'm like, you'll see, I really want to I'm gonna play around more with the AI and stuff, and because the AI situation, I think that could potentially be funny. Like, when we get to a point where the AI really can tap into information and really, like, tap in, like, you can tell now they got the reins on that thing, like, hell, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. Like, it really doesn't. It's beneficial in a lot of great certain basic ways, but it's like, yeah, like to where we needed it to be, where we need it to be by 2025. Like I want to be able to just like ask real problems and like help me even formulate what are my. That's what I was doing. Like even having a conversation with that is like it can help you on your train of thought towards what are the real questions that even need to be asked, and then we can get some technical assistance like with the digital assistant to go ahead and implement that. Like, so that's where I think we're headed to. And let's just take a look at this and see where we at. But I'm gonna save that for another video. So I'm gonna dive into that one. But this was just it, just a little splurge on City of London, that whole idea, like, and another idea real quickly I'll get into that they were talking about was that the last vestige of the empire and all this type of shit. It's like, I think potentially that whole mentality of an empire mentality is just like you don't want to, like, that's weird. Like, I just think that's weird. People trying to roll over people and shit. Like, I think you just want to provide a service or be able to provide value to so many, and it's so powerful and so vast and so complete and so pure and so that is what elevates you to the top. Why can't we just do that? Like, I don't get that. That's just a weird thing to me. That is the thing. Like, it's so many different, and just being the best at whatever your craft is or whatever collection of talents that you have, like putting that together, like whatever your vision is, bringing that to fruition. Like, so I think that's just weird in general. Bro. So hopefully that's the end of that. I think a lot of that 50 trillion just segued. They still from that era and from that vibe, and they just segued and filtered out, and that's what is the City of London's World Economic Forums, all of this shit, like, and all the whole finance. That's where they doing. Like, that's they who you think even had the idea to do it. Like, it's the bankers, it's the it's the lawyers, it's the all them folks, like, and the people from the empire and all this shit. So I think that's trash. But that's all I really want. I just felt like this is hella interesting. I just wanted to discuss it, and like I said, test drive it. So I'm gonna have another